This time, a hungry Kugelblitz that threatened to swallow all of reality, and a fresh squad of Hargreaves-trained adoptees known as the Sparrow Academy had to be defeated by our damaged former child heroes. You'd be excused for scratching your head a little at Season 3's slightly unclear ending, because there were lots of twists and turns, highs and lows, and quite a few surprising resurrections. But never fear. We've broken down all the main points of Season 3's finale, what it could mean for Season 4, and what's going on in that post-credits scene. Obviously, spoilers follow from here on out. Before we get to the end, a quick recap. After saving the world, again, in 1960 Dallas, the Umbrellas return to the present to find they've been replaced by a new group of heroes, the Sparrow Academy. After meeting them in the 1960s, their dear old dad decided to consciously avoid adopting the original Hargreaves children, leaving them without a home. Due to an unintentional psychic attack by Harlan, a boy who was also given abilities by Victor in the 1960s, it is also revealed that the mothers of the Umbrellas in this timeline died before giving birth to them. As a result, a dangerous energy ball known as a Kugelblitz is created, which spends the entire series devouring people, animals, and objects before consuming the entire universe at the end of the series. Facing this menace, the Umbrella and Sparrow Academies band up and follow Sir Reginald into the Hotel Oblivion, a weird parallel version of the Hotel Obsidian used as a residence by the Hargreaves siblings in this series. Of course, there is bloodshed before the gang reaches the finish line. Before the end of Season 3, 5 of the Sparrows are murdered or Kugelblitzed, and Luther marries Sloane only for Sir Reginald to kill both of them, blaming their deaths on the Hotel Oblivion's guardians and the end of the universe, respectively. He believes that by doing this, he can convince his surviving kids to obey him. He promises them that he has a strategy to repair the harm and preserve the cosmos in the bizarre, magical Hotel Oblivion. All they need to do is confront the hotel's shadowy guardians, who resemble samurai, and ring 7 bells as predicted by an old myth. It doesn't really matter, just go with it. All but Allison, who previously struck an undisclosed deal with her father in exchange for persuading the others to go on this mission, managed to repel them with one another's assistance, with a little assistance from a revived Klaus and a ghostly Luther he conjures up from the other side. Using the strength of his children and the mysterious energy that gave them their abilities, Sir Reginald is able to power up and reprogram the Hotel Oblivion, recreating the destroyed world. Sir Reginald reveals that the Hotel Oblivion isn't a building, but rather a machine used to build the universe. The Hargreaves children go through a traumatic and disfiguring procedure, and Allison eventually kills Sir Reginald to put an end to it. Allison still chooses to trigger whatever Sir Reginald has set in motion by pressing the huge red button, which causes a significant change for everyone. Suddenly, a scenario from earlier in the series is repeated as Allison rides home in a yellow taxi. This time, though, it is her daughter Claire who is actually in the bedroom, and strangely, her husband Ray from the 1960s is also there and appears to be residing with them both in 2019. The remainder of the Umbrella Academy, meanwhile, exit an elevator at the Hotel Obsidian to discover themselves in the Obsidian Memorial Park, which was reportedly inaugurated on October 1, 1989, also known as the day all of Sir Reginald's adopted children were born. The cosmos was effectively reset, according to Five, who comments that the old man did it. But there have been other changes as well. Luther has miraculously risen from the dead and has assumed his former form, removing the ape-like muscles he acquired following an injury before Season 1. They all soon become aware of something else that is lacking after Sloane, his new wife, is absent from the group. All of their abilities appear to have been lost, with Ben stubbornly remaining untentacled, Diego barely able to spin a knife, and Five unable to teleport. Victor wants them to stay and figure out what to do next, but Luther leaves to look for Sloane with Klaus right behind him. Diego and Lila go to begin their relationship. It's likely she's still pregnant, and the rest of the group leave as well. And that environment has altered. As we leave, we notice that practically every tower bears the name Hargreaves, suggesting that Sir Reginald changed the world in order to elevate himself to its most affluent and powerful citizen. Additionally, Abigail, who was by his side and in stasis on the moon in the main timeline, is still alive. The implication is clear: Sir Reginald has chosen to reset the world while also making a few changes, including elevating himself to the top of the food chain and rearranging time and space to bring Ray and Claire into the present as part of his agreement with Allison to persuade her siblings to assist. It's less obvious why he took the Sparrow and Umbrella Academy's talents away. Victor was still able to use his powers just before Allison set the machine off, so it's possible that they were simply draining while the machine came on, but it's more likely that Sir Reginald took away their abilities to eliminate their danger to his new world order. We're sure that we'll learn more in the upcoming season, but it's unclear exactly what else he modified or how long our heroes will be helpless. That's not all, though. Wait until the credits roll to witness a brief sequence where it looks Ben is traveling by subway in Korea. He smiles as he hears a train announcement while reading a book while wearing glasses and a suit. This scene raises a few possibilities and is a little puzzling. It's possible that this is the Sparrow Ben, who later returned with the umbrellas to the memorial park, trying to find his mother, given how similar the train looks to the one from the first episode of the series, where we see a woman spontaneously give birth to one of the superpowered kids Hargreaves tries to adopt, implied to be Ben. It's also possible that this Ben is a different Ben. This Ben doesn't resemble the brash, boisterous Ben of the Sparrow at all, given how peaceful and inconspicuous he is. Could it be that as part of Sir Reginald's reshaping of the world, he brought the original dead Ben back as well? Or is it more likely that the Hargreaves kids grew up in their original homes because they weren't adopted in this timeline? Or, to put it another way, are there duplicates of every child that lives in this planet that our heroes will encounter in Season 4? Undoubtedly, it appears feasible. This may have been foreshadowed by Season 3's warnings about doppelgangers and Sir Reginald's apparent lack of expectation that his offspring would survive the Oblivion process, hence why he asked Allison, his conspirator, to stay away from it. Maybe in his scheme he had also replicated his children, meaning that there are two copies of them all?